morning, beloveds. It's Sunday. I got to go to the gym, and therefore needed to wash my hair. So Sundays I'm always running a little later than usual. All right. So we are in SOM Text, Part 5. I don't know why I'm having trouble getting that out. Other teachings from the Christian Testament. We're on the bottom of 498. And we are starting with evil is created by man. Well, gender neutral. Evil is created by humanity. People. From James 1:3. Very emphatically, the writer tells us that God never tempts any person. He says that God cannot be tempted and that all temptation is from our own minds. It could not be stated more plainly. Evil is human created, while God, the eternal goodness, knows nothing about it. God is too pure to behold evil and cannot look upon it. Evil is the direct and suppositional opposite to good and has no reality behind it or actual law to come to its support. God tempts no person. It is a mistake to say that God tries us to see if we are fit to enter the kingdom of heaven. God tries no person. We make our own mistakes, suffer from our own foolishness, and we must also make our own return journey into righteousness. God was, is, and will remain the essence of life, truth, and purity. Let us enter this essence in belief and be freed from our unbelief in human mistakes. All goodness and every good gift cometh from the Spirit of light. Darkness has no parent, but is an illegitimate child of superstition and unbelief, having no parentage in reality. The universe is not divided against itself. The good teacher said, a house divided against itself cannot stand. There is no shadow of turning in the truth. It is just what it is, and there can be nothing either added to or taken away from it. It is one and never two. We enter the one through a consciousness of unity with it. It is the position of science of mind. It is the position of new thought that evil is not a power in and of itself, as just stated in that meditation on James. It is a misuse of power. It is a destructive use of a power that we are granted to use constructively. So we are not saying that it is not real. We are simply saying it is not a power in and of itself, which is extraordinarily important. One of my favorite definitions, and a friend of mine in ministerial school told me this, and I just went, wait, what? Sin is self-inflicted nonsense. And when she said that, I was like, that rocked me back on my heels. And I was like, oh, okay. Which explains both karma and the law of cause and effect, because that's all karma is the law of cause and effect. What you put out there, you get back. So if you use the power destructively, it will come back to you destructively. If you use the power creatively, it will come back to you creatively. That's it. Self-inflicted nonsense. We are punished by our own foolishness, as he said. So, all right. The next one is doers. There's an E in there. Doers of the word. James 1:22 and 27. Be ye doers of the word. Be you doers of the word. I'm obsessed with doors today, apparently. Be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. This should teach us not to make idle talk about our understanding. What we know, we can do. What we cannot do, we only suppose. We only think we know. Unused knowledge is unsuppositional and unreal. It is an assumption, and as such, never produced anything. Not everyone who says, Lord, Lord, but these those who do the will of truth enter in. But we deceive ourselves when we boast about our understanding and are unable to prove that we possess any. A silent conviction is worth more than the loudest proclamation from the housetops of those who shout affirmations to the great nowhere. An ounce of conviction is worth many pounds of affirmation. Pure religion manifests itself through acts of kindness and mercy. It is not arrogant, claiming a front seat in heaven, but is humble before the great whole. It unifies with all humanity and finds no difference between saint and sinner. Such a religion as this, the world of today needs, for it is sick of pretense and would like a practical demonstration of the belief in God made manifest through good works. And honestly, that Ernest was like all about that. He's like, don't just talk about this. Go practice this. Road test it. Try it out. We can talk about it all we like, but if we're not actually doing it, then what's the point? So we go out and we road test this. We do this. We live this life. That is the point of this exercise. It is an exercise, not an argument. It's like, don't talk to people about your beliefs. Show them your beliefs. All right. The law is no respecter of persons. James 2, 1 through 11. James speaks of being convinced of the law as transgressors. He does not say that God is convinced that we are transgressors, but that the law is convinced. This passage is filled with meaning. God is natural goodness, eternal freedom, and pure loving kindness, but the law is a cold, hard fact, returning to each the result of their own acts. Be they false or true, the law is a neutral but an intelligent force, a doer and not a knower. All law is of the same nature. When we do wrong, the law punishes. When we do right, it rewards. Everything is according to law and order. This is the only way the universe could function. If our thought is of God or good, we shall be using the law in the right way. When our thoughts and acts are opposed to God or good, we transgress and are punished. There is no sin but a mistake, and no punishment but a consequence. There is no in like manner, Emerson tells us, there is no sin but ignorance. And this is true, for if we knew the truth, we should not misuse the law. The law is no respecter of persons, and will bring good or evil to any according to their use or misuse of it. It will be a law of freedom to the righteous and one of bondage to those who misuse it. We cannot escape from the creative power of our thought, and there is no use in trying to do so. All we need to do is use the law from the right motive. Then we shall be made free. And it goes back to the example of electricity. Okay? Electricity is neither good nor bad. It is the use that we make of it. So that's what the law is. It's like the law does not judge. It can't. It's not set up that way. So when we put stuff into the law, it brings us what we put into it. We can go back to, again, talking about karma. What we put out there is what we are going to get back. So if we are putting negativity out there, we are going to get negativity back. If we are putting positivity out there, we are going to get positivity back. So it is extremely important to keep up our daily spiritual practices and to check in with ourselves and make sure that it is not the ego running the show. Because the ego has one job, and it is very good at its job. Its job is to keep you alive. But the problem is the ego is incredibly selfish because its only job is to keep you alive. And so you want to make sure that the ego's not sitting in the driver's seat. I'm not even sure I want the ego sitting in the passenger seat. I want the ego sitting in the back seat. It's like, yes, I hear you. I receive your information. I've got it. I've got it. You know, honestly, I'm going to let the soul drive. I'm going to let the soul drive because it's good. You know, that is the conduit to goodness if I've ever seen one. So I'm going to check in with the soul. You know, I'm going to let the head and the heart sit in the front seat and let the soul drive. And it doesn't mean I'm not going to make mistakes, because I am going to make mistakes out of ignorance. But if I learn from it, then it'll be okay. So, you know, failure is not a bad thing if you learn from it. If you learn from it. So, all right, let's do one more. And then we are going to do the prayer of faith. Let me look at this. Oh yeah, let's do one more. And then we are actually going to finish this section tomorrow. So the prayer of faith from James 5:15. The prayer of faith is an unconditional belief in both the ability and the desire of spirit to hear and answer. The prayer of faith heals the sick through the law, which says that whatever images of thought are held in the subjective side of the mind will tend to appear in the body or in the body of affairs. And that's a super important point, you know. That's why it's important to keep an eye on the trend of your thoughts. Because if the trend of your thoughts is negative, it does negatively affect your body. It suppresses your immune system. This is what I'm talking about. And it'll also show up in your body of affairs. If you're constantly negative, then the people around you are going to want to spend less time with you. It doesn't mean you have to be positive all the time, but it means that you need to, you know, work it. All right, back to the reading. When the prayer of faith penetrates the subjective thought and neutralizes false images, then the sick are raised into health. Even God cannot heal the sick unless the psychological change takes place in the inner creative thought. All is love, but all is law. One balances the other. The law cannot and will not depart from its nature. When we pray, believing, we erase false ideas from our inner thought. When the Spirit can make the gift of, then the Spirit can make the gift of health. When we admit the light, it comes in, since there is no way it could enter except through a receptive mind. If we could give up our diseases, offer them on the altar of faith to the giver of all life, we would be healed. It is not easy to release our troubles. We are prone to linger with them. But by effectual and occasionally words just don't work for me today. Okay. Fervent prayer, we gradually loose false thoughts into its native nothingness. God is perfect life, and when we enter God's light, we are healed. Ooh. That's what Reverend Jesse calls hardball metaphysics. Hardball metaphysics. It is when we can look at the life around us and say, nope, you know what? There is a perfect life and I can have it. Emma, kind of, I always, when I think of hardball metaphysics, that's who I think of as Emma. Because when you read Emma, I always have this sense that she's standing in front of me with her finger in my chest going, this is the way it is. And she believed, she had that conviction. And especially if the last one, it's like an ounce of conviction is more important than a pound of affirmations. It's like, and convictions are within. Like, it's that confidence that you carry yourself. And, you know, there it is. It's like, in the end, I believe it's going to be okay. That is my conviction. So I can do all the affirmations I want, but as long as I have that conviction, I know no matter how messy it gets around me, because, we're in relationship with each other. And sometimes other people's messiness spills over into our lives, especially if we're in close relationship with that person, then, that's important to know. It's going to be okay in the end. It's going to be okay in the end. All right. So that is where we are going to stop today. We are going to begin tomorrow on the bottom of 501 with the confession of mistakes. And then there's just 2 pages left. 2 pages left. So we will finish that tomorrow and then move on into the meditations. I don't know what that's going to look like. They may end up being a whole lot shorter. So, I don't know. I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. So, all right. So I'm going to just do the quick housekeeping. Remind you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark on the social medias. I am the running Rev Ryan on the social medias. And an easy way to support the center is to engage with our social media. Go like, subscribe, share, follow, comment, do all the things that bumps us in the algorithms. And we like to think that we have good tools to share. That is our whole goal. It's like we think we have some pretty interesting tools that can help you get the most out of your life. That's it. That's it. We want to offer you those tools. So, and if you want more information about the center, go to the website, creativelife.org, or you can also get on our constant contact. That's one email a week. It's a real person doing it. He doesn't have time for more than that. So the email info@creativelife.org. That is our constant contact. By doing that, you will get on the, nobody sees your email. Like I said, you get one a week and the hot links are hot. They will take you right to the information you want or the person that can help you get it. So please, feel free to do that. All right. What else was that it? I think, yeah, no, I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day. Go dance in the rain day, if we get any. We didn't yesterday. It just drizzled in the morning. A drink plenty of water day, a workout day, a get ready for the week day, unless you have tomorrow off because it is Labor Day. And in that case, take an extra nap day, a do what you got to do day, a go see your friends at your center day, I'm running out of words today. A know when it's time to stop day, a know what is yours to do day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light. You are a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. Or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. In the readings today, we learned that God only knows good. Okay? So get to know the person that the divine knows you to be, which is good. Okay? That's who the divine knows you to be. And if you get to know that person, everything else is possible. Everything. Anything is possible. All right, beloveds. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to remind you, like I said, it's Sunday. So in an hour and 10 minutes, we will have a service for you. And Reverend Jesse is back. So that'll be good. We're starting a new series. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. And I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. I do not have to labor tomorrow. I do have tasks to take care of, but I will not be going to work. But my partner does. So all things will be fairly normal. I should be on here around 9:15. All right. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.